Welcome back to Insight Infinity Hub. Today, we're diving into a topic that's unfortunately relevant for a lot of people right now. Budgeting during a crisis. Look, I get it. Nobody wants to think about their finances when things are tough, but honestly, that's the most important time to get a handle on your money. Whether it's a global pandemic, a natural disaster, or something else throwing your life off track, taking control of your finances can give you a much-needed sense of control and security. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process to help you navigate a financial crisis. We're going to cover everything from assessing your current situation to finding potential sources of financial assistance. Let's dive in! Alright, so the first step to tackling any problem is understanding exactly what you're dealing with. It's time to face the music and take a hard look at your finances. I know, nobody likes looking at their bank account after a financial hit. But trust me, this is crucial. Start by grabbing your bank statements, credit card bills, and any other financial documents you have. You need a clear picture of your income, expenses, and any savings you might have. On the income side, figure out what's staying consistent and what might be changing. Did you lose your job? Are you working reduced hours? Be realistic about what you can expect to earn in the coming weeks or months. Next, list out all your expenses, and I mean everything. Rent or mortgage payments, utilities, groceries, transportation, subscriptions you forgot you even had. Write it all down. Now, categorize those expenses. What's absolutely essential for survival, things like housing, food, and basic utilities. Then, identify the non-essential spending, eating out, entertainment subscriptions, that daily latte. We'll talk about those in a bit. Finally, take stock of your savings. Do you have an emergency fund? How many months of expenses could it cover? Having a clear understanding of your safety net is essential in a crisis. This initial assessment might be a bit painful, but it's the foundation for building a solid plan. Remember, we're not here to judge, we're here to solve problems. Okay, now that you have a clear picture of your financial situation, it's time to prioritize. And in a crisis, it's all about focusing on the essentials. Think of it like this: you're a financial minimalist now. Your top priorities are your basic needs: housing, food, utilities, healthcare, and any debt payments that could lead to serious consequences if missed. These are non-negotiable. You gotta keep a roof over your head, the lights on, and food on the table. Now remember that list of non-essential expenses we made earlier? It's time to get ruthless. Cut out anything that isn't absolutely necessary. That means subscriptions you don't use, dining out, entertainment, and even putting a pause on contributions to long-term savings goals if you absolutely have to. I know it's tough, but remember, this is temporary. We're talking about weathering the storm, and sometimes that means making sacrifices in the short term to protect your long-term financial well-being. Look for areas where you can cut back without completely sacrificing your sanity. Can you downgrade your phone plan? Find a cheaper grocery store? Negotiate a lower rate on your car insurance? Every little bit helps. The goal here is to free up as much cash flow as possible to cover those essential expenses and build a buffer in case things get even tighter. Remember, this isn't about deprivation, it's about strategic spending. Alright, now that you've identified your essential expenses and slashed the non-essentials, it's time to build a bare-bones budget. This is about as exciting as watching paint dry, I know, but it's crucial for getting through this. Remember that detailed income assessment we did? Use that as your starting point. Write down exactly how much money you realistically expect to have coming in each month. Now list out every single essential expense and how much you're allocating for each one. Be as specific as possible. Don't just write groceries, break it down to a weekly or bi-weekly budget. Once you've accounted for all your essential expenses, compare that total to your income. Ideally, your income should exceed your essential expenses, leaving you with some breathing room. If it doesn't, don't panic just yet. We'll explore other options in a bit. If you do have some money left over after covering the essentials, that's fantastic. Use it to build up your emergency fund or pay down high-interest debt. Every little bit helps. Now, I know this bare-bones budget might feel restrictive and it's not meant to be forever. It's a temporary measure to help you navigate a difficult time. Think of it as a financial life raft keeping you afloat until the storm passes. Alright, so you've assessed your finances, cut expenses to the bone, and built a bare-bones budget. But what if it's still not enough? What if you're facing a serious income shortfall and you're worried about making ends meet? First of all, let me say this. You're not alone. Millions of people face financial hardship, especially during times of crisis. There's absolutely no shame in asking for help. In fact, it's one of the smartest things you can do. Start by exploring what government assistance programs you might qualify for. Unemployment benefits, food assistance programs like SNAP, and temporary rental assistance are just a few examples. These programs are designed to provide a safety net for people in exactly your situation. Next, look into community resources. Local food banks, charities, and nonprofit organizations often offer assistance with food, housing, utilities, and other essential needs. Don't hesitate to reach out and see what's available in your area. If you're struggling with debt, contact your creditors and explain your situation. Many lenders are willing to work with borrowers facing hardship by offering temporary forbearance, reduced payment plans, or waived fees. Communication is key here. Finally, consider reaching out to a financial counselor. They can help you navigate your options, create a personalized budget, and negotiate with creditors. Many nonprofit organizations offer free or low-cost financial counseling services. Remember, asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It takes courage to acknowledge when you need support and to reach out for assistance. You've got this. Look, I know dealing with a financial crisis is incredibly stressful, but remember, you're not alone and this is not forever. By taking control of your finances, prioritizing your needs, and seeking help when you need it, you can weather this storm. Remember, a budget is just a tool, and it's meant to be flexible. As your situation changes, adjust your budget accordingly. The most important thing is to stay adaptable and keep moving forward. Stay strong and keep adapting. If you found this helpful, share and subscribe for more tips.